Hi everyone, good morning. Today is my first day back to university. Today we are gathering with our colleagues for breakfast potluck. You know, it's when everyone brings their food and we just chat. And afterwards, I guess we'll have a few meetings too. So for this breakfast, you usually cook something or you buy something. Since I'm not so fan of cooking, I decided to bring smoked turkey. I remember how excited I was when I experienced this breakfast potluck for the first time last year, because in Russia we usually start on the 1st of September, so it's like we have a fixed date and usually we dive straight into classes. But here it's more of a gradual ease back into university life.
To be honest, I was excited to get back to university life. After a while, you start feeling like you've had enough of the holidays and miss the environment.
But when I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning, I might have regretted my words.
It usually takes me about 10 minutes to reach the bus station, where I wait for the university shuttle to pick me up. In Istanbul, it's quite common to see shuttles like this, picking up employees and taking them to work. Considering the traffic in the city and the transportation system overall, honestly, it's a lifesaver.
No people around.
No.
Me and my colleagues are back.
After breakfast, we had a few long meetings, and that was pretty much for that day.
So I had already my first classes and I saw my new students, and I'd be lying if I told you that it was easy for me. To be honest, I think after long holidays I forgot how energy consuming it is. But in any case, I'm really excited. I'm really thrilled to be back, to be honest. I guess I really miss it. You know, it's my third year in Turkey and it's my second year working at the Boğaziçi University, and I can definitely say that experiencing culture in a professional setting gives sort of a new perspective on the country. And I thought I'd sit down here and share with you some of my favorite things that I've observed so far while working at the university in Istanbul. So let's start first with the fact that as an instructor, as a teacher, I also get to learn some things during our classes, and I just adore that. What I mean is that during our classes, you know, we have some speaking activities and we have discussions, and sometimes it gets to the point where students mention where they're from, and they share the facts from there. They share facts about their hometowns. Sometimes they show me on the map where their hometown is located, and it helps me to get even a broader sense of the country and the culture, you know. And that's what I definitely love about working here, at least for now, you know, when I'm still feeling a bit new to the country. Of course, I mean, I do know pretty much about Turkey by now, and I've experienced many things. I've been interacting with Turkish people a lot, but still it feels a bit different, as I've mentioned before. You still get to learn even more. The other thing that I love observing is the distance between instructors, teachers, and the students. For example, in Russia, I believe, and again, it's also related to the culture, the distance between the teachers and the students, I think, is pretty big. But here you can see that the students and the instructors, they have a closer relationship. And for example, it's pretty common to see an instructor and students grabbing a cup of coffee or spending some time in the cafe, or I don't know, on campus or even outside of campus. So that felt a bit new to me, I think. I don't know whether it's just my experience, but I think I've never done such thing before, and I don't mean my private students, but the students I worked with at university or at school. So yeah, it feels very warm and friendly, and it makes me enjoy my work here even more. Another way how I learn about the way of thinking here and the culture is by reading essays. Well, we do write pretty many essays here, and the way of thinking comes through the essay so clearly. And sometimes students bring up ideas and examples that I know that I wouldn't come across in Russia, and that's sometimes it's even surprising for me to see the examples that they bring up. And it's and in this way again I realized that okay, this thing is common for Turkish culture. And one more thing that I do enjoy as an English teacher is seeing the typical mistakes of Turkish students. Don't get me wrong, it's not for judgmental purposes, but probably if you teach too, it's important to know the common mistakes in order to prevent them, or to minimize, in order to prevent them or minimize them. So I started interacting with Turkish students way before I started working at the Boğaziçi. I had some private students, and then I worked with Turkish students during the salsa course. And yeah, I kind of started collecting those typical mistakes that they make, and they are different from Russian students. And it also, first, it's interesting to see. Second, of course, it helps you to adapt and adjust better to Turkish students. So, for example, prepositions. I would never, I think, focus much on prepositions with Russian students. I mean, of course we do, of course they make mistakes, of course they confuse prepositions, but it's not as problematic for Russian students as it is for Turkish students. And again, it's related to their native language. In the Turkish language, they don't really use many prepositions. The structure of the Turkish language is different. It's mainly based on the endings and suffixes. While in Russia we do use prepositions, and they're pretty common there. So and that's where the mistakes come from. Or for example, pronunciation. Also, for example, if in Russia I would be focusing, let's take the sound th. Yeah, think, three. So in Russia, I would be focusing on the difference between th and s, because they, for example, instead of think, they might say sink. But in Turkish, I would be focusing on th and t, because instead of, for example, three, they might say tree, not three, like in Russia. So that's definitely, I don't know, as an English teacher, I just love seeing those differences and working with them. These are the things that came to my mind, and I really felt like sharing for quite some time, actually since last year. So yeah, let me know what you think, and if you find it interesting, I can share more. Just let me know in the comments down below.
Since we just started the semester, we weren't swamped with work at that time, so my friend and I decided to take advantage of that free time and the gorgeous October weather by going for a swim at the main campus outdoor pool. Well, swimming might be an exaggeration. My friend kindly offered to teach me how to swim. I've shown you parts of this campus before. I was heading here down to the main square. It does take a bit of a time. The pool you're about to see is located on South Campus, and it's open to anyone with a Boğaziçi University card. Since it was almost October, the entry price was discounted to 50 lira per person, and that was nice. I didn't record my reactions that day, but let me tell you, I was so thrilled with the tiny bit of progress I made, and all thanks to my friend's help.
Bahar Hocam, so what do you think about your students' progress?
Well, I think my student is so dedicated.
Let's hope she's not lying.
She is just cute.
Ooh.
Great, she's just been through that. To be honest, yeah.
Later, we walked back up to the main area. By the way, let me know if you're interested in seeing more of the campus. Maybe I could film something because the campus is stunning. After we finished on the South Campus, we decided to head over to the Asian side. And as strange as it might sound, we chose to spend our weekend hanging around the campus where we work. Yep, that's right. But we had a pretty good excuse. We realized we'd never really explored the area much, and we'd never visited Anadolu Hisarı, a fortress located right next to our campus. So the fortress I'm talking about is Anadolu Hisarı. It's a historical fortress on the Asian side of Istanbul along the Bosphorus Strait. And to put it simply, it played a major role in the Ottoman conquest of Istanbul. Actually, not many tourists know about this spot, so it's perfect if you want to get away from the crowds, enjoy the views and take in the Bosphorus. And even if history isn't your thing, the area is definitely worth a visit.
Herkese merhaba. Burada çok güzel ve muhteşem yerde var.
Gerçekten.
I am speechless. Yeah, I'm speechless. Yeah, because guys, we're so tired.
We are so
Can't
tired.
imagine. My friend has been struggling to survive in the swimming pool.
Yes, I was. But I got better, right?
Yeah, that's why she doesn't have anything to say.
While we were spending our time there, I couldn't believe we hadn't done it sooner. The views are absolutely stunning. From the top of the fortress, we noticed there was going to be a concert, and we found out it was organized by the municipality for free. It was a Turkish folk music concert, and since we are always up for new experiences, we decided to stick around the area until the concert started. While waiting, we decided to relax at a nearby cafe. By the way, there is another castle I keep seeing every time we're here. I guess next time it's that one stone.
Sığma gönlümün yarası, ince belinden, yarim tatlı dilinden yay.
What an amazing day! It was an amazing day, guys.
And it was unexpected, right? We didn't really plan much, but we got so much in one day. Look at the views again. Oh,
Splendid. It is every time, you know.
stunning.
It was a long but a very enjoyable day. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you soon. Bye!